Good morning, you guys. Here to do a shoot at Northland Pub in the style of Hot Ones. If you've ever seen First We Feast, we're doing something kind of similar. They're going to be eating some hot wings. It's going to be a lot of fun. So a couple things come to mind on shoots like this. One, the fan up here is going to sound like a turbine. We're going to have to do something about that. Two, we're shooting right early in the morning, and all of this lighting is going to change every 10, 15 minutes. It's just part of it. We're going to have to adjust best we can. But today we're going to be shooting hot wings. We're showing the staff and getting to know more of the team at Landmark, but also showcasing their food in a kind of a challenge. So, should be interesting. So we just wrapped up at Landmark. Now I'm hauling all of my stuff back to Ampersand, or the space that formerly was. Have to go back for another trip, and then launching into the rest of the day. Now that we've got everything back, now we've got a very interesting day lined up today. First of all, that shoot was a ton of fun. I don't know how much of it I said earlier, but the whole premise was each of them ate 10 hot wings, and it got progressively hotter up to the final sauce, which is the last dab from Hot Ones. Link here if you've never seen it. 2 million Scoville. That is, I don't know how hot that is. How hot is 2 million Scoville? The world's hottest pepper hits 2.2 million Scoville heat units. Tabasco is 700. Frank's Extra Hot is closer to 2,000. And these guys just did a sauce that was 2 million. No thank you. As fun as it is, I'm actually not here to talk about hot sauce today. I'm here to talk about the space. There has been an overwhelmingly positive response and sense of encouragement and a desire to collaborate on this space. The idea is spreading, and we have some news. I'm not exactly the best one to give it, though, so we're going to try and get Keith in here, who you have not met yet, and we're going to give an update on something that it's pretty huge. This is a press release that was published about 2 days ago, and it is pretty wordy.
What does it mean?
Before we get into the details of economic development and what this is all coming to, first coffee. So satisfying. That press release was
it's a word salad, isn't it? Yeah.
A little bit. So what does it mean?
Well, so in really simple terms, it means that Marquette got selected out of over 100, and I think there were 120 communities, rural communities around the United States. And what this organization was looking for, it's from the EDA, ultimately, the Federal Economic Development Agency.
Okay.
And what they're trying to do is help rural small communities accelerate business development, economic development, entrepreneurship in the digital economy. They looked at Marquette and they saw a lot of fantastic assets. We've got this great creative community. We've got a great university. Yeah. We've got the cybersecurity thing going on. We've got access to Michigan Tech right up the road. We've got Bay College and LSSU, and we've got all these economic development groups. Mm-hmm. What this grant program intends to do is help communities like ours pull together all of those great things so that you develop accelerated outcomes. Right? Instead of spreading a bunch of money out that maybe doesn't achieve a lot,
Yeah.
it's about knitting those assets together in an ecosystem chain that delivers outcomes. So what we're trying to do is build digital and tech-enabled businesses here. But that doesn't necessarily mean just a software company.
No.
You know, it can be a company like yourself. You know, you're a digital creator. You're a tech-enabled business. Mm-hmm. And your market is the world. And there's a lot of folks, you know, that come here, go to school for art and design, for example, and leave and become really, really well-known in their industry, become successful in filmmaking or art and design, but they've left.
Yep.
What we'd like to see is enabling that to happen here, and enabling people like yourself to live here and thrive here and contribute to a balanced economy. So all of that is wrapped up in that press release, which is why it sounds so complicated. But the simple way of looking at it is there's a pot of money at the federal level that we're building a proposal for that would give us up to $1.5 million to help power programs around entrepreneurship and innovation in the region.
So we have all of the ideas that we've been talking about, but now there's a way to actually make them happen.
That's right.
Basically what the press release is saying.
Absolutely. So we took them around. The team was in town this week from the EDA, from the Center on Rural Innovation. We took them to the high school, and we got them to tour the coffee shop. Over at the high school, the marketing class built a coffee shop from the ground up and made this cool innovation space within the high school. And now the high schoolers, the marketing class, every year runs that coffee shop, and they do some new iteration of a project around it. And they have the idea of doing programs in there where we could bring entrepreneurial programming into the coffee shop so that high school kids, college kids, and professionals are interacting together to come up with business ideas. So this program will give us funding to help do stuff like that. We showed them the Cybersecurity Institute at Northern. We showed them the Makerspace at the high school. We showed them Invent at NMU. And this program is about how do we put those things together so that we're accelerating the production of businesses, the launch of business, the launch of outcomes in our community. We took them here to the former Ampersand, which is where we worked the whole time.
Right.
And, you know, it's unfortunate that Ampersand took the turn that it did and it wasn't able to hold together in the current form. But it's also an opportunity for us to look at this space as a community and say, how do we turn an unfortunate situation into a really good one? And how do we bring opportunities like this grant program into a space like this so that, you know, it's not just a co-working space, it's an epicenter of opportunity for the community.
Hopefully that helped clear it up.